Hey guys, long time no see. I hope your summer is going well, and here is a long-awaited duck update video. If you hear anybody in the background, it's Tyler. He's playing video games, and this is the only time I can record. So basically, a lot has happened since our last update, some of it being pretty sad. The two black ducks that were in my original video, they are no longer with us. One passed away due to natural causes, which, you know, in the long run of things, it was easier on us because at least he died in his sleep and it looked painless. But unfortunately for our remaining ducks, only one survived, and it was because of a mink attack. It was a pretty rough day. That was probably about 3 months ago now. And that's why I really haven't done any duck update videos. They are our pets, and that was a pretty rough month. I was pretty upset for a month there, and so was Tyler. The only duck that thankfully lived is Lily, and she's the white and brown one. Unfortunately, the mink, after he killed 3 out of 4 of our ducks, he actually wrapped himself around Lily's neck, and Tyler went outside and scared the mink off, and we haven't seen him since, so that's good.
Edie,
we
what
also
are you doing?
reinforced the cage, and we have electric fencing now.
You have like 2 eggs under there, and they're not fertile. They're not fertile. No, they're not. They're not gonna hatch. Why do you sit back there? No. You're bad.
Otherwise, you know, story's happier now. We got Lily 2 friends, and we got them from a farm, and the 2 friends that she got are cranky old ducks. And it's the black one, and that's Arnold. Arnold got his leg busted by some geese, so he hobbles a lot. And his girlfriend is Dee Dee. Her original name was Duck Duck, which is a pretty amazing name. She's our exceptionally large gal, and she's a pekin. And she also limps as well, so the reason we got them is because the lady wanted a nice retirement house for them, basically. The reason why Duck Duck limps is because she actually got attacked by a fox twice, so she's a pretty beastly lady. We were very fortunate that lady gave us those 2 ducks, because Lily was all alone, and ducks get very upset if they're by themselves. They become depressed, and they just it was pretty pathetic watching Lily sad honk everywhere. And as soon as we put those 2 ducks in with her, she was happy and quacking and jumping, and even though the 2 old ones didn't really want anything to do with her, it made everything much better. Another happy story is, out of the ducks that died, we had some of their eggs left. Normally we just put them in the fridge, and if we wanted to eat them, we ate them, type of thing. But we left some in the duck pen for probably about 3 or 4 days, and we're like, maybe they'll hatch, and okay, we'll give it a go. And so we took them, and thankfully 2 of them hatched, and that's what our white and black ducks are, the ones that you see. They're actually the son and daughter of Gary and Lily, and Gary was our other black and white duck, and Lily is our white and brown duck. On top of the new black and white ducks, we got a bunch of baby ducklings mailed in from Edmonton, and they are Welsh Harlequins, and I got Tyler a surprise, and the surprise was 3 black Indian runners, and that's what the first 2 ducks that we ever got were, the ones that passed away. So he was pretty pleased with that. And then we had a whole thing with some geese. I researched, because we didn't really want chickens in the beginning. Well, Tyler didn't. I really wanted chickens, but we were afraid of the rooster noise and all that type of stuff. And so we're like, what could guard our flock? And I looked it up, and geese apparently are good alarm systems for anything that comes by. And so we're like, yeah, let's get some geese. So we went and got 2 pilgrim geese, and they are just so dang cute. We raised them for about 2 weeks, and at this time of 2 weeks old, they were about as big as our runner ducks. And I was like, okay, you know, maybe supervised, they can stay outside for a little bit. Put them outside. I was watching them. Went inside for literally maybe 5-10 minutes to switch over some laundry. And I come back out, and my neighbor's over here, and she has one goose in her hand, and I'm like, where's the other goose? And she's like, it's dead. And so that was another huge heartbreak. And what happened was a raven came down and pecked our other gosling to death. So that was pretty heartbreaking, because we're new to this, and I thought that they were big enough to be outside for just a little bit, but even 5-10 minutes was not enough, and yeah, we lost our gosling. Like I said, you can't leave ducks alone, and the same with geese. You can't leave them alone. They have to have friends. We thought our remaining goose that was left was a male, so we went and found our little gosling a beautiful lady, Chinese goose. And then we found out our gosling's a female, so we're like, oh my goodness, now we need to get a male, because, I mean, we didn't need to, but I was like, hey, you know, what if we ever want to breed them or whatever, and, you know, maybe the male would be better at guarding. And so we went and got a male goose, and that's Shaq. Now, when I put my ad up, I was just like, I want a goose that is mostly quiet, and, you know, please just... if you have a goose and you want to give it away to me, you know, I'll buy it. Just please make sure it is not a loud goose. Well, this man messages me, and he's like, I have a really, really sweet male goose. He was the only one out of our entire herd that didn't get a girlfriend this year. You know, it'd be great if you would take him and give him a home. And I'm like, oh my god, yeah, thank god, a male goose. And I was like, we'll go get him. As soon as you're available, we'll come get this goose. And this man, when we get there, brings out the biggest goddamn bird I have ever seen in my life. And then it screeches like a pterodactyl, and it is louder than any rooster I've ever witnessed. And then I googled it, and this breed of geese, or goose, is called an African, and he is a super African. It is the biggest goose you can get, the loudest goose you can get, and the most aggressive goose you can get. With that being said, though, Shaq is super sweet. He is loud, and, you know, he hisses at us sometimes, but, you know, he's never charged us. He's never attacked us at all. He's a sweet goose, and he does his job, which is basically to scream at anything that comes into the yard that he does not know what it is. He will spot a bird in the sky that is half the size of your fingernail, and he will scream. And what he does when he screams is he lets everybody and everything in the yard know that there's a potential danger, and to take cover under something. And now we're moving on to the chickens. Tyler finally caved, and he allowed me to get some chickens. And that a few chickens has turned into many chickens. We went and got some silkies, and those were our first chickens that we got. They're the fluffy, funny looking ones. And they are just the sweetest darn little things ever. But yeah, those silkies then turned into me getting some Ayam Sermanis and then some Hamburg chickens. And yeah, they are just going to be super, super pretty when they're older. Right now they're in their awkward teenage years, so they kind of look funny. But they're all hand raised, so they all come to us when we go to the yard and stuff like that, which is pretty cute. And last but not least are Sarama chickens. Sarama chickens are the world's smallest chickens. And yeah, those guys right there are only a week younger than our other chickens, and they probably get to about the size of a pop can, if that. And that's the roosters. These are also hand raised, and Angry Paul, which is our dark one there, he actually is the friendliest chicken that we have, and he just loves being on your shoulder. He'll clean you and stuff like that. It's just super sweet. Anyways, guys, I'm sorry for the super long blabbering video about my birds. My animals are my family, and so it makes me pretty happy to talk about them. Maybe one day we'll do a video on our cats and our snakes and our bearded dragon. But yeah, I have a video coming up for you guys. I finally found something for a muse to make a video on. I've been so busy the last 3 months with my full-time job and making everything for the chickens and the geese and all that I really haven't had time to make videos, and I'm sorry for that. I do enjoy making them for you guys. It's just been a real squish on time lately. And yeah, I hope you guys have a super week and maybe a month, depending on when I get that video out. You're all super eggs, and I really appreciate you guys. See ya.